And then obviously with you getting to number one, what I just started to notice with all these headlines about you being number one, it was he's the artist that you don't know, and he got to number one, this mysterious guy. Do you look at yourself as a mysterious guy, as an underdog?
I personally like that people don't know who I am to some extent. But I mean, this was actually a shock to me coming here and playing Germany for like 4,000 people. Yeah, because I don't come here that often, and so to be able to travel the world and do that. But in this, even in the U.S., I think if you walk around I was just telling someone this the other day, if you went to like a city, maybe I'm not playing a show there, and you walked into a restaurant and you were like, hey, have you ever heard of NF? I think most people would be like, who? They wouldn't know. Maybe. But I could go, no, I'm telling you, man. But if I went there and played a show, maybe 3,000 to 5,000 people or more, depending on the city, would come to the show. And so I don't mind that. I like not doing tons of this kind of stuff, like press, but still being able to be an artist and do the stuff that I love to do.
Well, we love being able to do this with you.
Yeah.
We love having this conversation with you.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying in general, it's just something for me. When I put out my album Perception a couple years ago, I had never experienced interviews, like really. Not like real interviews. So when I started doing radio interviews and stuff, I was like, I don't know, man. It was just a weird experience for me, and it was exhausting. I'd never toured that much. I'd never answered the same questions every day or whatever. Yeah. And I'm also like a pretty deep person, so sometimes I was like, oh man, I wish like if I'm doing interviews, it could go deeper, things like that, So that was just like a stressful, different experience for me altogether. But back to your original question, which I don't remember exactly what it was because we got off of it. But
we're talking about you being an underdog.
Yeah, I think sometimes maybe I am the underdog or just the overlooked artist, and I'm fine with that. At this point, I'm getting to a place now where I'm just like, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I think the fans love it, and that's what matters. So
you've mentioned it a few times already that you're quite deep. And obviously, listening to your music, you know that, and a lot of it is very vulnerable. Is there ever a point where you just think to yourself, do you know what, I really shouldn't be putting this out? Or you're scared to? Or was there a point and somehow you managed to kick the doors down and just be like, you know what, I'm gonna do this? Because it's obviously working.
I think being 28 now, as you get older, you look at life differently. So the only thing I would say is, I don't know if there's like massive regrets or anything too specific that I would go into, but I would just say it is interesting to me. Like when you are an artist and you write music, or if you're a person who writes journals about your life or books or whatever it is, it really is like, that's kind of what music is for me. When I go back and listen to my first album, which I don't do very much at all, but every once in a while, like probably once in the past year, I like went back and listened to my old music and I was like, oh my God, this is like,
that was something I wanted to get into, but you're already going there.
Yeah, no, like, but it is like a journal of my life. And sometimes I might listen to something and be like, I feel like I didn't understand this then, or why did I say that like this? Do I feel that way this way anymore? Is this, you know what I mean? An example would be the song about my mom dying when I was like 18 years old. The song that I wrote, I don't regret writing it. Still emotional to listen to. I don't know how old I was when I put that out. Maybe I was like 24, 25. I'm not sure. But being 28 now, looking at that song, I think I just look at that differently. Right. That scenario. So I wouldn't say I regret the song. I would say I have more empathy and compassion for my mom than I did when I wrote the song. I felt sad when I wrote the song, but also a lot of anger mixed in, and I think I still have some of those emotions for sure. But now,
well, it's evident on the new album, because there's the record where you cry at the end talking about your mom.
Yeah. So that was one of the most emotional songs I'd ever written. And now it's just kind of like, I think because I'm older and I look at life with more of an open mind instead of just what I'm thinking all the time. And I look at that scenario and I think about my mom and like her position. that she was in. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, I think, get addicted to things because they're running from something. And I don't know everything, you know, personal about my mom, but I just have a lot more like empathy and compassion because I think my mom had a lot of things she struggled with inside, and I kind of related to my own life. Doing this as a career and like having one of the roughest mental years last year of my life, you know,